Hey, this is Connie with Clicky Chick Creates, and I'm so excited to plan for my next week, and I'm excited to share it with you. Looks like everybody really loved the technique that I shared with you last time, so that makes me super happy, and I'll be sharing a similar technique, but just using different stencils and just slightly different tools. So one of the things that happened last time was I was having a hard time getting the washi tape off paper and onto, actually just off the scratch paper that I was putting onto here. That doesn't make sense. Not the scratch paper I was putting onto here, but the washi tape. Anyway, there was one of the girls that's in the planner community, I believe it was Inspired Blush, suggested putting it on wax paper. I don't have any wax paper right now. I must have used it all up during the holidays, but we have parchment paper, so I'm going to give it a try on that and see how that works. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to create some masks that'll end up going over my dates in order to block off those dates, I'm sorry, for that, so that way when I ink, I don't put ink over the day of the week and the date. So I'm taking 2 strips of washi tape. Well, you know what, the other thing we'll try this. The other thing she suggested was just taping it off on my hand so it's not as sticky, which I definitely can do, but I'm going to give this a try first. So if you can see, I've doubled it up, but not directly on top of it, just overlapping a bit so that it's nice and big enough to use with my punches. And let's see, the punch I wanted to use today is a scalloped circle. It's actually, this is from Fiskars. All of the products that I use are listed below the, in the YouTube description. So where you can hit that little show more button, everything is listed there to make it easy for you to get your hands on all this good stuff. So they are affiliate links, and that just helps fund my hobby and creativity, so I definitely appreciate you using those. Alright, so I'll be using, again, this is the Fiskars medium scalloped circle. I think it might be called Seal of Approval. So let's see how this is going to work before I do them all. So I was hoping this would be a little bit easier to peel off. And again, you probably can't tell on camera, but this is the top piece that overlaps, so I want to make sure that I'm pulling from the bottom piece just to make it easier to pull it up. And yep, that's going to work beautifully. So I'll place that over, and I do want to get that as centered as possible. When you see the technique that we're going to do, you'll understand why. So just try and get that as centered over your date as much as possible. Obviously it doesn't have to be perfect. We'll be on to a new week in no time at all. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and punch out 4 of these. Oh yeah, you can see how quickly it's lifting over there. Let's see if I can, nope, I can't get 7 out. I was going to see if maybe I could just do them all at once. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this off as well. Alright, set that aside, that in the trash, and it's going to take these off. Oh, yeah, that works beautiful. Thank you so much, Inspired Blush. That is totally helpful. I love how helpful people are in the crafting and planner communities. It's just awesome. So yay! Parchment paper works if you are out of wax paper the way I was. I'm going to try and center this one just a tad bit more. Might be a little bit low on the bottom, but that is a-okay. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and put the other two, since I already have them, go ahead and put those on the other side. And then transfer the one over after this left side is done. I need much longer nails. Come in, love.
I have a question.
Yes, lovey.
What does this spell?
What are you reading? That word right there?
Mm-hmm.
What does it kind of look like?
Rabies?
Yeah, that's exactly it, Smarty
What
Pants.
are rabies?
Alright, so on to the stencil. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put that sheet as a just as a precautionary way to make sure that when I'm putting the ink, it's not bleeding onto the back pages. And then also, in order to make sure I'm not getting leaving ink on here, I could either just clean it off when I'm done, or in this case, I'm just going to use a piece of scratch paper. So I'm just going to cut off a piece of, this is just copy paper. I'm not worried about this edge being even since this edge is already even. And again, I'm just going to use this to mask off that area. And then the rest of this I'm going to put right underneath there, just to keep my work surface clean. So again, I'm going to line this up on that first line. And once that's lined up, I'm going to add just a piece of washi to hold it in place. Actually, I'm going to get a bigger strip than I need and just set that aside for the next time I need it. Alright, that can go there. And the colors that I'm using, all three of them again are Distress Ink colors. And this first one is Ripe Persimmon. The other colors that I'll be using are Worn Lipstick and Twisted Citron, which is the new Distress Ink color, and I'm in love with it. It's so pretty. So this is the one we're actually going to use right now. I just wanted to show you the palette that I'm working with today. And I'm going to be using the mini blending tool. Oh, and actually, I'm going a little bit backwards right now. I'm actually going to use the round one first with the Worn Lipstick color. And actually, I don't want it to be too dark. So I'm just going to, since we use the scallop circle, I just wanted to kind of accentuate that a little. So I'm going to go right over the washi tape and then just twist and pounce and get a nice circle going around it. I'm going to do the same on all of these. I'm just pushing down and just doing a little wiggle dance just to try and get a nice even circle around that. I'll come up here and do these. And I'm going to hold off on that one, obviously, since I don't have the sticker on there yet. And because I've learned from my mistake, I'm going to close up my ink, set that aside, and now we're ready for the Twisted Citron. So I'm taking a another stencil. I'm pretty sure this one was a Crafter's Workshop from Rhonda Palazzari's collection. I'll be sure to list the actual product name and details underneath. So if you're looking for that stencil, you'll be able to find it. All right, so I'm just going to place this over this. Actually, I'll show you. I cheated because I wanted to make sure that the stencil would line up. So I already did a little test strip, and what I did was I laid it down. I wasn't sure if the pattern was going to line up or not, so I'll just do another quick example here. So I did that, did a little segment of it, and then I took the stencil, lined it up on the white lines so that only the color was showing through, and then moved along, and you can see that it'll be able to continue the pattern. So that is how I'm going to work around that this stencil isn't wide enough to cover the whole area. So I'm going to pop that right there. Move this stencil out of the way, and we'll put this one right over here. And just want to make sure that it's going off the edge on all directions, and that it's somewhat lined up so that we'll be able to continue the pattern easily. I think that will work right there. And since I already have the pink going there, when I overlap, it's going to make kind of a orangey, which is part of the color palette, orange and pink, so I'm not going to be too worried about it. I could go around it if I really wanted to make sure that pink stays true. But if I overlap a little bit, I just think that's part of the beauty of using inks and colors and just creating new colors. So I'm just going to go around. Again, this paper down here is blocking so that it doesn't bleed underneath, and then this paper is up here protecting my work surface. All right, so one of the things that you need to make sure to do is I started going over the edge. I don't want to do that because I want to make sure that I'm continuing my pattern. So I'm going to pick that up and slide it on over. Figure out where it lines up. Actually, I could probably go over more. Let's see. Now that I'm at this point where it's not giving me tons of space, I'm realizing I probably should have started on this end over by the coil in order to be able to work that way. But we're going to make it work. All right. Not yet, that's up right up against there. So I'm going to have to do some creative ingenuity over here. Let's see. I think I'm actually going to lift this. So that'll give us a little bit more area up here and not hitting the coils so much. And then I am going to put this underneath just to make sure it doesn't bleed through. Okay. And then again, going to just line this up and continue that. And that'll work. All right. Okay, so if we move this piece and I can lift up our washi pieces. Isn't that adorable with the little scallop? I love it. All right, I'm just going to put this one on this side, and then I'll take the rest off. Okay, and you can either dump these. Obviously, you saw how easy these are to recreate, or if you have a craft mat, you can just stick them on there and use them next week. Nice and easy. The medium-sized Fiskars punches are perfect for this technique. So again, this one's the scallop punch. I think it's actually called Seal of Approval. And there's the round and round, which is just a perfect circle. That one works well in this capacity, in this kind of decorating. Get worn lipstick again. I'm just going to do the same thing over here. Ooh, that one was a lot darker. You could tell how you can tell that I used more pressure on this than I did on these. I was much lighter. So depending on how much you want, how much color and how much pressure, that's going to affect it, obviously. All right, so let's put this one down here. And I'm actually going to let it continue and go over the notes section. I did it on a tester one. It looks so pretty. All right, so we're going to start on this end again, like I mentioned. Just going to line these up, see where I want them, and make sure it's equal. So the way that I'm making sure that it's even is where this paper is underneath. I'm making sure that the little gap there is about the same size as that little gap there. Really scientific. Okay, and again, here we go. Just gonna pounce that color on there again. Depending on how much color, you can pounce harder, pounce more color on there. And you can either put it over the pink to make it kind of an orangey color, or you can leave your pink true by just going around it and angling your tool so that it doesn't go onto the pink. So lots of different ways to work with this technique. All right, and I'm going to scooch this on down. Suddenly had a Michael Jackson song pop in my head from, actually I think from the Jackson 5. But I will spare you my singing, because that's a sure way that I will end up with a lot of thumbs down. Okay. Ta-da! I love it. Okay, that on there. Did I get ink on there? No. Okay, and I'll move this guy so you can see how pretty that looks. And then let me lift these. And again, you want to hold your planner page down and pull back. Nice, even, gentle pull, because you don't want to tear your planner page, obviously. And then you can see I have ink all over my fingers. So I already know that. So, but if I were to go and touch my planner right now, I would get ink all over the place. So just be cautious of that. It does take distress ink a bit longer to dry. That's actually one of the awesome properties in the distress inks that makes it awesome for crafting. But if you're using it in your planner, make sure you're aware of that so you don't end up with big smudgy messes. So now I'm actually going to use a baby wipe. You can see there's a bunch of the ink there. Ooh, the littles are calling. I'll be right back. Alright, so we see how lovely that looks. I love it. I hope you do too. I hope you're enjoying seeing different stencils being used, and punches and washi being used in just a bit of a different way. All right, so the other thing that I wanted to do was actually over here. I want to use another stencil for my border here, and then I'm also going to use kind of for my headers. Actually, let me flip back. So in the past, what I've done, well, not all the time because I barely got my planner, but I've been doing this where I have phone calls, orders that I need to ship, and then ideas. Oh, and actually I ended up switching it. I ended up switching it to phone calls, shipments, and errands that have to be run. So I'm actually going to do this a similar technique here to just mask off the 3 different areas that I want to add the headers. And one of the other things that I'm going to add is down here I created some stickers that I'll be adding into my Etsy shop. So I'm going to place one down here. So that kind of will end up limiting my space up here a little bit. But that's okay. What I've been... actually, let me let my puppy out.
You need to go out, puppies.
Alright, sorry. So yeah, so I will end up using one of the stickers down here in this little block, and then I'll do my 3 different sections. And since these are going to be smaller areas, I'm going to use, I think, this arrow. Will it take up 2 lines or more? Let's see. I think we'll take up exactly like 2 lines. So that'll be good. I'm going to use this arrow here. So first area I'm going to block off is I don't want these border spaces to go over this line here. And I'm going to end up using, like I said, a different stencil. So I will actually end up coming to the end of these lines to block off that space for those stencils so that they don't overlap too much. Yes, baby girl, go ahead. All right, and then I'm going to end up using those, and what I will do is put this scratch paper again underneath on this side just to make sure nothing goes off the edge, and it's just going to be a matter of deciding what color I want to use here. I know I'm going to want to use orange for my strip. Oh, and I do need, I only have that one piece of scratch paper right now. I guess so. Alright, so what I will do is take my trimmer and cut down another piece because I do want it to be nice and straight. I'll put this underneath again, and I want this to be on here to block both the top and the bottom of where those arrows will be, because I only want them in those 2 lines. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and use pink. Alright, so I will take worn lipstick again, and I will take my blending tool again, and I'm just holding it all down to make sure none of this wiggles around. But all of my areas should be nice and protected, so I only get color on that one section. Ta-da, 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 ta-da. So that'll stay for the next section. So that looks cute. So I'll do one there. And if I leave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that should be enough. And then I'll put my next one here. And again, all of these you could hold down with washi, just a quick piece of it to hold all of this down. I've been working with stencils for years now, so I'm pretty comfortable with them, but if you would feel more comfortable using washi to hold it all in place, that would absolutely work. Okay, right. And ta-da, cute, cute. All right, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one I do for my Etsy, 6, 7. And then I'll do this one down here. My errands. Actually, I'll bump that up. 1. And that should be plenty of space for those items. My girls get out of school this week, so I am interested to see how much work I'm able to still get done with them. Come in! Hi, babe.
Can I help you?
You want to help me? Sure. All right. Can you move those 2 pieces for me, please?
This one and this one?
Yes. Go ahead and move that one. Thank you. We can move this one too. I'll put those over here, okay?
Where do I put these?
You can put them on top of that. Okay, and I like the way that looks. I'll end up stamping over those. And for now, let me move this aside. And the color I'm going to do on that strip will be Ripe Persimmon. Does that make you happy? Silly girl. You're funny. All right, and so for here, should we use this arrow that'll match that but in a different color, or should we use this arrow? The skinny one?
Yep.
All right, skinny mini. Whoops, I got caught on that. All right, so if we're gonna do the skinny one, could have probably gone a little farther. Oh well. The washi tape, that's fine. It's not gonna do anything. All right, so I'll put this about there. So putting this here will be plenty of space for that. I'm gonna end up filling more of the space over there. I was planning to use this one, but my little one wants to use the smaller arrow. So we will use the smaller one. And we're gonna come right to that top edge. But I'm also going to mask underneath here. Can I have this paper again? And can I have one of those little pieces again, my love? Thank you, sweetheart. Okay, so we're going to put this up here just to, again, to mask that and to protect that so it doesn't get ink on it, as it's a section we don't want inked right now. And this paper is far enough over that it's protecting those from going onto the planner, and those are protected as well. And I just moved that, but that's okay. It's still good. All right, so now I'm going to take the Ripe Persimmon. I'm going to keep moving this, aren't I? Okay. And my blending tool. And we're just going to start pouncing away over here. Yes, babe? Thanks. All right, and then we're going to take... Oh, that's okay. It's fine. Okay, then we're going to take this and scooch it further down. I didn't realize I didn't go all the way to the edge of my planner, and we're going to scooch this one down to the edge as well, and then we're going to line up those arrows again and just make sure it all fits where it's supposed to be, and that'll take us off the edge. Thanks for closing that. All right, and again, I could have gone lighter. Had I done a lighter pounce, this orange would have been lighter, but I like that it kind of mirrors the orange up here. And again, this color from Distress Inks, from Tim Holtz Distress Inks line, is called Ripe Persimmon. Another one of my favorites. All right, what do you think? Yeah, thumbs up? All right. Okay, so yes, baby? What? Aren't we going to what? More lines like these? No, we're actually going to put a sticker down here. You want to help me pick a sticker?
Mm-hmm.
Should we do this one? Can you read what that says?
May we walk in the light of Father and love.
No, very good, very close. But that's not Father. What is that?
Fifth.
Faith.
The faith.
Yeah, good job. May we walk in the light of faith and love.
Ooh.
Do you know where I heard that? At church. Father Nick said that one day. And I thought it was lovely. What about this one? What does this one say?
My son.
That one's harder to read with the funny fonts.
Yeah.
Yeah. It says, a sun-kissed life is a beautiful life.
Mm.
All right, so between these two, which one should we put right here? That one? May we walk in the light of faith and love?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So that's why we're not putting more lines down here, because we're going to use a sticker. Yeah. So we're going to put this one right down here.
Why?
Why? To decorate it. Just trying to line it up on the edge. So it's just going to go like that, and then right here we're going to stamp what those sections are for. We're going to stamp a couple of little icons.
Hi.
Friendly girl. You want to say hi, baby? Okay, we're going to use this one eventually, and we're going to use this one right now for these right here. Can you find the phone? Do you know what an old-fashioned phone is?
Yeah.
Which one it is? Oh, good job.
Easy.
Oh, it was easy, huh? Good. When I was little, we didn't have cell phones. This was the only kind of phone we had. So we're going to use that one. And then we're going to use, can you see the envelope on here? Good girl. We're going to use the envelope
Mommy,
on this one.
What is that?
That one is so that you can use some of these different sayings. So it's kind of like what's inside of this one, but it's just those areas. So you can use some of these different stamps for that. Okay, and then this one right here is called a geotag. I'm going to use that one right there.
Ooh.
Okay. I'm putting those stamps because those are going to be the different categories. These are phone calls I need to make. These are items I need to ship, or anything that needs to go in the mail. And then this is errands we need to run. Okay, does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, so let me look for my, where's my small, beep beep baby? Can I scooch past you? Okay.
Ooh.
This one, yeah, we're going to use this little block for these stamps. All right, and then we're going to use charcoal from Hero Arts.
What is charcoal?
Is the name of the color.
Is that black?
Kind of, yeah, it's kind of a dark gray. It's not quite black, but not quite gray. All right. Okay, I'm going to put the phone over here to dry, and then we're going to get the envelope. The envelope, please. Okay. We'll clean this one off again with wipey. Wipey. Oh, I got wipey yucks on there. Okay, and then the geotag.
Why is everything gonna be black?
Because there's already so much color that I figured that would be the easiest.
I thought you were gonna use this one.
You thought I was going to use a different
I
colors?
like poison flower.
Oh, sorry, kiddo. Okay. And should I stamp the words or should I just write it in with my handwriting?
Stamp buddy.
Stamp it in. Uh-oh. Be careful, kiddo.
Okay.
Don't make a mess, okay? And the other one we need is for household stuff. Oh, and one of the things I decided is since I'm really not using the fitness area, I wanted to add this stamp. This is from my favorite things, and the stamp set is called Boca Builder.
Ooh.
So I wanted to use this one here that says focus on what matters. So I'm going to add this one here, and I was thinking it'd be nice to do kind of daily quotes or daily, almost like a gratitude journal, to start keeping items more top of mind of what, you know, there's so much to be grateful for. So I want to put that there. So I will go ahead and stamp that right here. Should we use the same color, the same charcoal? Well, we need to use one of the, well, no, we are going to use the charcoal because I don't think these others will show up very well down here on the pink.
Me.
You can help me when I do the flower. You can help me on that, okay?
Ming.
Say what?
Ming.
Silly goose.
Ming.
Alright, we're going to put this one down here.
It is
I like it. Yes, focus on what matters.
Hooray!
Okay, so let's put this back.
Put it back. Around.
You are silly. Okay, and then we're going to use from, where'd it go? From this old set, we're going to use the this little flower. Here, I'll take these other stamps. Stamps that I use a lot, I usually will just keep on the block and kind of rotate around them. But I'll move those so it's easier to see. And I usually try and make sure that I put my flower close to the edge, because when I end up stamping on some of these spots, it's easier when it's on the edge as opposed to trying to hit against the coils. What color are we going to use?
Purple.
Purple. I love your colorfulness. I don't know where you get it from because I'm not colorful at all, am I? No? Do I like a lot of colors?
No.
No?
No.
Really?
No.
I think I like a lot of colors. But we're going to go with either green, pink, or orange.
Pinka winka dink.
Should we do green, pink, or orange right here for the flowers?
Pinka winka
Pinka,
dink.
pinka, dinka, winka.
Pinka winka dink.
Okay. So we're going to use Worn Lipstick.
Ooh.
That's the name of the color. You don't like lipstick, do you?
I love it.
Alright, so we're going to do 1, 2, 3 flowers. 1,
Mama,
yeah, baby.
those two are
2.
too close.
That's okay. Does it bother you?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
It doesn't bother me. It bothers you though, huh? One of the other things I want to do is I will be using this, don't touch please, this weekend sticker over here, and there's going to be some kind of dead space behind. So what I'm going to do is fill up some of that space using, no, I'm not going to make a Christmas tree, silly goose. I'm going to fill in some of that space with some of these flowers. What color should we use down here? Should we use greens, or we should probably use some orange ones down here, huh?
Pink.
Pink? More pink?
Yes, I love pink.
Oh boy, more pink, huh? Okay.
Can you do like the fuchsia colored pinks?
Where's the fuchsia colored pink? You're silly. Alright, down here I'm going to use, I think I am going to use pink and continue the pink feel so it just kind of blends in down there. So these stickers have my daily activities that I need to take care of for my businesses and my water hydration. And I like that they're really nice and small. I'll end up showing a real close-up of this, but it's basically, it has, for me to make sure I do my Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest items that I need to do daily. This little envelope is my reminder to post my my daily ads and to be engaged in the photography community over at Capture Your 365.
And how much water she drinks.
Yes, thank you. And my hydration, to make sure I'm drinking enough water. Why is it important to drink water, Lex?
So you don't get, what's that word?
What's that word?
So you don't get
dehydrated. There you go.
Why do you keep making noise of that?
Why is it bad to get dehydrated?
Because your throat hurts.
Your throat hurts, and what else?
Get sore.
It's good for your body, huh? To make sure you drink enough water.
Yes.
Yes. So that's why you got to make sure you drink enough water. Mm-hmm.
Mama.
Yes, baby.
Mama.
I love you, baby.
Mama.
Baby.
Mama.
Okay, and right here it says Father's Day and first day of summer. Do you know what else is on this day?
No.
No?
My beautiful